Today, in history, it is May 13th, 1948. In less than 24 hours, the most powerful empire on Earth will walk away from a land it has controlled for 30 years. The British are leaving, and everything that happens next will change the world forever. His name is David Ben-Gurion, 62 years old, barely 5 feet tall, and he has the weight of 2,000 years sitting on his shoulders. The moment the British leave, every Arab army surrounding the territory has one message. They are coming in. Ben-Gurion calls a vote. Declare the state now, or wait and negotiate. His own advisors are split. The United States is urging delay. 6 in favor, 4 against. The declaration will happen tomorrow. That night, nobody sleeps. May 14th, 1948, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. 250 leaders, rabbis, and representatives pack into the Tel Aviv Museum. They have no real army, no air force, no tanks to speak of. What they have is a piece of paper and 32 words about to detonate across the globe. Ben-Gurion stands at the podium. He reads slowly, deliberately. We hereby declare the establishment of a Jewish state in the land of Israel, to be called the State of Israel. Within seconds, the streets outside explode. Men weeping, women embracing strangers, children waving flags they had never been allowed to fly. A people who had survived everything finally had somewhere to call home. 11 minutes after the declaration. Not days, not weeks. 11 minutes. The United States recognized the State of Israel. The teletype machines couldn't print fast enough because those faces in the crowd carried 2,000 years of memory. Since Rome destroyed Jerusalem in 70 AD, the Jewish people had lived without a homeland, scattered, expelled, tolerated, then massacred across every empire that rose and fell. Through the Inquisition, through the pogroms, through the Holocaust that killed 6 million in less than a decade. Generation after generation born into exile, dying in exile, praying toward a land they had never seen. And now, on a Thursday afternoon in May, in a city that didn't exist 50 years earlier, the exile was over. But before the celebrations could end, the war had already started. At midnight, as the British mandate expired, the armies of Egypt, Syria, Transjordan, Iraq, and Lebanon crossed the border simultaneously. 5 nations, 1 day old. The newborn state was fighting for its life before the ink on its declaration had dried. What happened next shocked the world. Israel didn't fall. It fought back. In what became the War of Independence, or the Nakba, the catastrophe, depending on which side of the border you stood, Israel not only survived, it expanded beyond what the UN partition had ever granted. By the time the armistice was signed in 1949, over 700,000 Palestinian Arabs had been displaced. A new map drawn in blood. A conflict born that would outlast every single person who signed that paper. 76 years later, the skyline of Tel Aviv gleams over the Mediterranean. A modern nation built on ancient promise. But the question Ben-Gurion answered that afternoon is still being argued by billions. Was May 14th, 1948, the fulfillment of a 2,000-year dream, or the beginning of an injustice the world has never resolved? History gives us dates. What we do with them is up to us.